focus and my sound is working. I'm pretty sure it is. You need your GPS and then some. George, Patrick, Soren, and a little Michael. A little coffee. So in days of old, when nights were bold, they wiped their ass with a blade of grass. Ooh, I skipped one. In days of old, when nights were bold, and toilet paper had not yet been invented, they wiped their ass with a blade of grass, and they went away contented. When I was little and we would go camping or hiking and have to go use a bush, go hide behind a bush. Well, my dad used to say to us, I don't know where he got the saying, but he would say, in days of old, when nights were bold and toilet paper had not yet been invented, they wiped their ass with a blade of grass and went away contented. So, okay. I haven't been very good at posting because I've been tired, I've been worn out, I mess up when I make a video, and I don't want to post it, and I don't really have time or energy. This is the first week I've had off in a very long time. I got out of work last Friday night, and this week was supposed to be spring break for all the schools and the university. And on Friday, I think it was, the university told the students, don't return from spring break. They're not resuming classes in the spring, so maybe in the fall. And then for me, I was just on my week-long spring break, and I was planning on going into social distancing and self-isolation and quarantine and cleansing myself out, because I'd caught a horrible contagion from my workplace that I needed to cleanse myself from. I and a few others. The contagion comes from one person, but it's turned out over time that this one person has kind of infested the whole place in no one's talking about it, even though there are so many people affected. It's like a parasite. There are many people being taken advantage of and supporting this person monetarily, giving them things, vehicles, paying all their bills, and this person is taking advantage and spreading lies and rumors all over, and kind of running the show behind the scenes, like a shadow government. So, I discovered all this by accident. So I was gonna go into self-isolation, and I really was praying, dear God, please give me more than 1 week. I need 2 weeks at least. Be careful what you ask for. Turns out, I don't know what the big author in the sky is thinking. I asked for an extra week, and my prayers were answered almost immediately, with added quarantining and staying in and all the businesses being shut down. And but I wasn't ready for it to be like this. This is very interesting and surreal. It's surreal for me because I knew it was coming. I did know, and I was so distracted and tired and worn out that I didn't prepare, but I knew before most people did that I needed to prepare and have food, and I didn't. I went out Friday night, and there was no beans, rice, no grains, no flour, no chocolate, no sugar, and then no butter. And then the last time I went out was on Tuesday in the afternoon, and there was butter and plenty of dairy products, but no canned soups, no grains, no pasta, no chocolate chips. I'm sure it's worse now. And of course, no toilet paper. I'm using the 2 squares. Usually I'm very stocked on things, but I got very tired and distracted before this. This invisible enemy struck us. And I don't even know if I have a job anymore. We'll see. As far as I know, schools and things will be starting up in after next week. So the last week of March, I may be back at work, and I may not be. We don't know yet. But where I live has a very low incidence of invisible enemy outbreaks. And it has a very, very high elderly population, but we're very spread out and open and wide, open with a lot of fresh air and space for the most part. So maybe the state's not that worried. They're not giving out much information, but I do get the feeling that my state and where I live, which is always a little odd and rebellious, I do get the feeling that the state does not want to shut anything down. So they want the schools up and running in about a week. They don't want any more than this 2 weeks off, and they want things up and running. It's the towns. The towns are making ordinances to shut things down, but the state is not. Because I think the schools have wanted to close down more, and the state's pretty much refusing and telling them that they have to conduct classes and also be prepared for online teaching, and they have to meet all the regulations and testing and all the time frames and all the standard things. So unlike a lot of other places where it sounds like they're just shut down and they don't have all these things to comply with and they can just do what they want here, I think they're gonna try and not quarantine too much after a couple weeks here. Things for everybody, just playing around. Yeah, I don't really have much to say right now. I'm really enjoying my self-quarantine, and I'm really enjoying being forced to stay in instead of forced to go out and having this excuse. And I am really concerned about if I will have a job, and if I do have a job, it could be really changed, and it might be fewer hours. And also, if I do have a job, I'm probably going to be treated a lot worse. It's going to get a lot tougher because it is a very highly it has a lot of narcissistic people who are running it. And if you say anything that they don't like, it doesn't matter what it is, they start putting a paper trail on you and try to get you fired within about a month. Which is pretty easy to do at my job because nobody's perfect. It's very highly regulated, and I think and the way they do talk about people and humans where I work is they call us bodies. We're just bodies, and we're disposable. So there's going to be more competition for my job because it is fairly high paying for the hours I work. I mean, hourly pay is a lot higher than most jobs around here. So, there's going to be a lot of people out of work, because there already is now, who are going to be competing to try and get in more bodies. So I'm going to have to figure out how to really kiss ass. I have a sparkly clean record at my job. But you can get blamed for other people's dirty records. And that's what's happened to me. It's a very, I can't really talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about it to protect privacy. But if I have a job, I will be very lucky and privileged. So we'll see. If I don't have a job, the job market's going to be very competitive because there won't be any jobs to get. So, and I'll be in the same boat with everyone else, sinking. So we're going to have to get creative and live in a colder climate, where we can't really grow anything for a few months. And I'm just interested. I'm wondering how the future's gonna go. And I'm not really surprised, because I've had this image in my mind for years and years and years, because I had this really vivid dream a long time ago of all the businesses in town being shuttered and no one having any money or anything to do and being closed up in their houses. And I always had that vivid image, and I always wondered what had happened in that dream. What could have happened that would shut everybody inside? And now I see what could have happened, like an event that would cause something like that to happen. And I always had that image, and it's kind of been a driving force in my life ever since I had that dream, because I always thought it could potentially come true. I mean, I asked for 2 weeks for me, not for like the whole world to have time off in quarantine. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. Sometimes reality is the strangest and most unreal thing.